रजोजुषे जन्मनि सत्त्ववृत्तये स्थितो प्रजानां प्रलये तमस्पृशे अजाय सर्गस्थितिनाश हेतवे त्रयीमयाय त्रिगुणात्मने नमः. So we are in this Śukanāsa upadesha. We finished with nashayati cha dingmoha iva unmarga pravartakaha purushamatyasangaha vishayeshu guruvachanam amalamapi salilamiva mahad upajaneti shravanasthitam shulam abhavyasya. So for a person who is not in the dharma marga, one who is not disciplined, for him guru vachanam is like shulam. It is like a vedana that is there in his ear, and so it neither goes inside nor does it come out. Tatha shulam janayati vedanam janayati iti. Bhavadrisha eva bhavanti bhajanani upadeshanam. Bhavadrishaha eva bhavanti. You, people like you, are the people who are the best bhajanam, best patram for upadesha, for any kind of upadesha. And he is going to say why. The reason is given in the next line. Apagatamalehi manasi sphatikamanau iva rajanikara vishanti sukham upadesha gunaha. Apagatamale manasi. Only in a mind where there is no malam, there is no impurities, only in that mind does upadesha gunaha, the qualities or the what you need to grasp, or the tatparyam from the upadesha, sukham vishanti, it enters in a very easy manner into a person whose mind is without any impurities, like a sphatikam. A sphatikam has the capability of absorbing any rays, like rajanikara gabastayah, like the rays of the moon which are capable of penetrating into a sphatikam. In the same way, upadesha gunaha, the qualities. So here, rajanikara gabastayaha, the moon's rays are compared to the upadesha gunaha, guroho vachanam iti uktam purvam, tatra guroho upadeshe yaha gunaha ye gunaha vartante te tu atra rajanikara gabastinam. What is it? It's pure, so it is clear and white like the rays of the moon. So that's the comparison. Upadesha gunaha, the advice of, or the quality, good qualities that are there in the advices of great people or gurus, they are as pure like the rays of the moon. So they have the capability of entering only a pure mind, like how the moon's rays can enter only a mani which is like spatikam, which is translucent or transparent, and it can enter into it. Otherwise it cannot enter into it any other mani, any other gem. Opaque. So only spatikam has the capability of taking in the rays and probably showing it out also. Ayamevacha.
So is he telling you are already like spatika?
Yes. That is why bhavadrishaha eva bhavanti bhajanani. Okay. Your mind is very clear. There is no malam in your mind. That is why the qualities can easily go into your mind.
Because you have not yet been coronated and you have not yet gone
not
astray.
Been corrupted by many things.
Okay.
Also, there is one shloka in I'm trying to get that 1 minute. Uttarāmacharitam napunar mridam chayaha navaru. By comparing how Lavakusha receive education from Valmiki versus how these two people, there are two older students there who are getting the advice, who are also the students of Valmiki, but they are not able to manihi napunar manir napunar mridam chayaha, something like that it will come. The rays are capable of entering into a gem but not into the clod of clay. So my brain is like a clod of clay, whereas the brain of Lavakusha is like a gem. So it can easily absorb. It's I used to be able to recollect it so correctly. Huh? Anyway, it's okay. So, ayamevahi anaswadita vishayarasaha te kalaha upadeshasya. Now, you have also not gone out and experienced the worldly pleasures. Te anas tava iti arthaha atra. So, te ityasya visheshanattvena atra uktam anaswadita vishayarasasya te ayameva upadeshasya kalaha. So, that's why you are the best person to receive the upadesham. Because this is the perfect time to give you an upadesha, as you have still not gotten out of saha vidyagrahate agacchati. So the context here is, he has been learning till now, and at the age of 16 he has now come out of his boarding school, and he is going to be coronated. After that he is going to go for Digvijaya Yatra. So until now he has not experienced anything else. He has only been with his colleagues, which is Śukanāsa's son, Vaishampayana, and a few more princes, along with teachers, in one house, which was specially constructed for him. It was called a Vidyagraham. And he has only been in that Vidyagraham, he has not gone into the outside world at all. So, anaswadita, aswadita, you have experienced. Anaswadita, vishayanam rasaha, anaswaditaha, Chandrāpīḍena, itah purvam. Tasmat, atra ayameva kalaha upadeshasya. So this becomes the perfect time for receiving any kind of upadesha. It's a clear mind.
So the vishayarasaha yena na aswaditaha saha iti va?
Yes, yes.
And
yeah.
the bhajanani literally means vessels. Vessel, right?
Bhajanam is a vessel, correct. Yeah. Annala patram. Yeah. Best worthy of receiving anything.
So, okay. So, yadi vishayarasaha aswadyate chet idanim saha ragaihi liptaha bhavati.
Yeah. He will be colored there, correct. So, it's not possible for him to receive all of these things. No? Guru Upadeshaha nama. So what is this Guru Upadesha? He is describing it. The definition kudukanolla. What is the Upadesha of a Guru? The definition of it. Purushanam akhila mala prakshalana kshamam ajalam snanam. It is like a snanam for our people. Purushanam snanam viva vartate, which is capable of removing all of the mala. So what is the purpose of taking a bath? Outside physical, any dirt, anything that we have in our physical body, a snanam is capable of removing all of those dirts. Now, what do we do to remove the dirt that is there inside our brain? This Shastra Jnanam or the Upadesha that a Guru gives, it is capable of removing Akhila Mala Prakshalana Kshamam. Assuming that there is some malam. If it doesn't have malam, then it's okay. It will just give a polivoro. There is an extra kanti that can come there. That's all. So, Akhila Mala Prakshalana Kshamam Samartham Ajalam Snanam. But it is a Snanam without Jalam. Usual Snanam has Jalam. You need a lot of things. Soap, this. Here, nothing. You only need your ear and your buddhi to understand this. Medha Shaktihi Vartate Chet, done. You don't need external objects for this kind of a snanam here. Guru Upadeshaha cha nama anupajata palitadi vairupyam ajaram vriddhatvam. It gives you a vriddhatvam. It gives you a maturity. You don't take it literally as vriddhatvam, but you take it as maturity comes in the form of, you're capable of receiving that upadesha and acting according to that upadesha also. But there is a vriddhatvam that comes in, an understanding that is associated with old people, an experience. But again, anupajata palitadi vairupyam. Anupajata yatra yasmin vruddhatve vairupyam nasti. Vairupyam anupajatam. Kidrisham vairupyam palitadi vairupyam. Adena angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati grihitva dandam tadapina munchati asha pindam. Vruddhasya lakshanani. Palitam mundam. His hair should be angam galitam. The body should be dilapidated. It will lose its strength. And then palitam mundam. The hair should be white. Palitam is white. Dashana vihinam. You lose your teeth. Jatam tundam. The naak, tundam is your tongue refuses to cooperate and you are not able to articulate your words properly. So these are all the chinnam of a person who is old. But that is old age. Jara eva tatra. That is your indication. These are all the outer indication symbols. But none of these things are present. If you have the Upadesha, automatically your brain becomes more mature, including the knowledge and wisdom automatically comes out, which usually comes only for a person over years. But if you have listened to the Guru Upadesha, then this maturity will naturally come in. Okay? Anupajata palitadi vairupyam ajaram vruddhatvam. What is there in the chat? Bhavati cha punar bhuyam dedav palam prati tadyatha. Shuchir bimbagrahe manihi na punar mridam chayaha. Na mridam chayaha. ஆரம்பம் வந்து விதரதி குரு பிராக்ஞே அப்படின்னு வரும். The first sloka beginning is Guru vitarati guru prajñe yatha tathaiva jade. Just as how he gives knowledge to a prajna, to an intelligent person, he imparts knowledge in the same manner to a dull person. In fact, as a teacher, if you have a certain amount of experience, you will immediately, your lessons will always be targeted towards the person who is the lower end of the learning curve. Generally, அது ஒரு தாட்சண்ய குணம். He will always want to address the person who takes a little bit more time. So it is natural that the Guru imparts knowledge in the same manner as he does to a prajna, as he would to a jada. But the way the person receives the knowledge, that is where there is a bhuyan bheda. There is a big difference between the two, between the manner in which they take in the grahana, they take in the upadesha. So, adha sonne. And the Guru Upadesha haka. Spatika manau viva. Anupajata palitadi vairupyam ajaram vriddhatvam. It gives a maturity without the old age, without the transformation of the old age, like palita, etc., like white hair, etc. Anaropita medo dosham guru karanam. There is a guru karanam. Guru karanam, it makes you more literally heavy here, but guru karanam is, it gives you an honor without giving the fault of medas. Medas here is fat. It makes you heavy without giving actual fat, physical fatness, but that fat, the fatty liver tissues, that is medas. So that flat layer is not there for you, but it makes you more heavy in the sense that it makes you more honorable. It gives you that position of honor. Okay. Next is asuvarna virachanam agramyam karnabharanam. It is like an ornament to the ear. As you listen to the Upadesha, it becomes an ornament to the ear, which is agramyam, which is not gramyam, which is not vulgar. But even though it is not made up of suvarnam, asuvarna virachanam, that which is, it is an abharanam which is made up, which is being created not from gold, yet at the same time it doesn't look cheap. So it makes you more suave, more dignified in your outlook. Okay. असुवर्ण विरचनम अग्राम्यम कर्णाभरणम अतीत ज्योतिः आलोकः अनुद्वेगकरः प्रजागरः विशेषेण तु राज्ञाम्. It is also an aloka. Gurupadesha is a light. Gurupadeshaha eva alokaha. It is a light that is atita jyotihi. Atita jyotihi, it is beyond the light. Adadu, it gives you a light which is beyond Surya, Chandra and Agni. Tatha. So it's not something that is of this world, but it gives you something which is beyond the Manushya world. So Atita Jyotihi Alokaha. Alokaha, here it is in Rupakam Minge. Gurupadeshaha eva Alokaha. Kidrishaha Alokaha iti chet tatra Atita Jyotihi. Something that is beyond the world. The next is Prajaga.
Beyond physical light, you mean? Like it's like the eye of insight. It's the light of, right?
Yogaja Pratyaksham.
Like the third eye nowadays, like the physical light, but the light. Okay.
Yeah. Anudvegakaraha. This Atita Jyotihi is in Napunsakalinam. Yeah, you had a question?
And I was just saying, I mean, just hearing this so far itself, I feel like I'm understanding things so much better.
Better than last time.
In my mind. Idanim kinchit iva basate. Now I'm a little bit konjo.
So, Guru Upadeshaha Anudvegakaraha Prajagaraha. Prajagaraha, it gives an awakening of both the mind and the body in such a manner that it doesn't make us udvega yuktaha na bhavamaha. So it's santapam. Udvegam is more like udvega na ipdi eduthukalam. Tamilla solra madri namakku and udvegatha kudukuradhu. It doesn't make us rajo yuktam. It gives us a calmness. It doesn't make us anxious. It gives us a calmness associated with that knowledge, you know. Empty vessels make more noise, yeah. Full vessels are more quiet in the manner that you don't go around telling people, oh, I know this, nasti atra. So as soon as you wake up, your body is in a state of, you know, you want to do things. There is a udvegaha, there is an anxiety that is there in the body and in the mind to complete your things. You have only, say, 16 hours in a day to perform so many things in the world. So there is an anxiety that comes to your mind. But this brings about awakening of the mind and the body in such a manner that you are not anxious about things. You say, okay, despite all of these things, things are going to keep happening. There will be a calmness that comes along with this, right? Visheshena tu rajñam, especially for kings. It is absolutely necessary that they have to have a proper upadeshta. Proper upadesha, they also have to listen to the upadeshas. Because viralahi tesham upadeshtaraha. Very few people who will go near him and try to give him an upadesha. Person with power, one is he is drunk by that power. Nobody can even approach him, first of all. And if he tries to give an advice, the Raja will not even listen to it. So the Raja has to honor the person, first step. The next step is the person whom he honors should be in a position to advise him in a proper manner. The third is, even if he advises, the Raja should take it in the right sense and take it in the right sense. Next is applying to change his attitude. See, how many steps are involved for a person of power? Because he is used to not listening to anybody. Whereas now, he says, viralaha hi tesham upadeshtaraha. So because he is not used to listening to people, people who advise him are very less. Ahankara dahajvara murcha andhakarita vihvalahi raja prakritihi. The nature of a king is such that, the swabhava of a king is such that they are vihvala, they are unable to do things. It makes them vihvala nale completely incapable because of the clouding of their judgment. Ahankara dahajwara murcha andhakarita. They are in darkness as if they have fainted by the dahajwaram, by the fever of ahankara, arrogance. They have so much of arrogance with respect to their power. It's like a fever that is there in them. You can't do anything. So it's like they have fainted and their senses are completely blinded by that ahankaram that they have. They can't even see that there can be another side to the argument. That is Raja Prakriti. Alika Abhimana Unmadakarini Dhanani. What does money do to you? Alika Abhimana Unmadakarini. The moment we have money, we think that is the be all and end all of life. Unmadakarini. Dhanam creates one unmada. It gives us one crazy attitude. And it gives us a false abhimanam. False attitude of, I have everything. I know everything. Just because I have everything, I can achieve anything and everything with money. That sort of an abhimana comes with money. Very difficult to remove that. Once you are pulled by that money, tough to come out of it. Rajya Vishaya Vikara Tandra Prada Rajalakshmi. Now he goes to how Rajalakshmi, kingdom. Imagine we are all people with just one small bank balance, and just that bank balance makes us தலகணத்துல ஆடுறோங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கோம். We are unable to do things. அதுக்கே நம்ம இத்தனை பேசுறோம். Imagine a person who has the entire treasury of the kingdom in his hands. So Rajalakshmi, she is Rajya Visha Vikara Tandra Prada. Rajalakshmi, the wealth of Rajyam, wealth of the kingdom, gives an alasyam, it gives a laziness which is actually coming from Rajyam Nama Visham. The kingdom is like a Visham, the kingdom is like a poison, and actually kingdom is like the vikaram of poison. Yeah. Tandra Prada. Tandrana alasyam. Rajyam eva visham tasmat rajyat yaha vikaraha vartate tena vikarena alasaha bhavamaha or alasaha bhavanti rajanaha. So tadrisha alasyam dadati Rajya Lakshmi. So the wealth gives them a laziness that comes from the transformation of this kingdom, which is like a poison. So there are many aspects in the kingdom which is extremely poisonous, and so idu vandu ava panniduva. No, it's like you have given the responsibility to the minister, responsibility to this person, that person, and they will do it. I can ash karenge abdimma. You just spend your time in luxury and laziness.
Here could be like a drug, right? Like, you get drugged, you'll be in a stupor.
Correct.
Like you have taken marijuana or some drugs.
Murchadane. Adve, ama. Like a drug also. Yes. You're doing something or the other, not caring about what is there. Yeah. Now, once he started off with Rajya Lakshmi, he says, Alokayatu tavat kalyana abhiniveshi lakshmi meva prathamam. Kalyana abhiniveshi tvam. That is an adjective to Chandrāpīḍa here. You are a person who wants to think about Kalyana. You are a person who only thinks about good things here. So, Kalyane abhiniveshaha vartate tava. So, since you want to do only good things in life, mangale agrahavan. So, Kalyana abhiniveshi tvam tasmat alokayatu prathamam lakshmi meva. So, you look at the behavior of Lakshmi here. See, one person who was reading this Kādambarī at one point, he said, Baṇabhaṭṭa has something against Lakshmi. He has done too much of Tayar Ninda, Devi Ninda here. That is why he didn't complete the text and all that. Tatha nasti. You don't take this as criticizing Sakshat Devi Lakshmi iti nasti. He is talking about the attitude of Śukanāsa here is to show him the evils, the flip side of having wealth. If you honor that wealth, if you think that, okay, this wealth is here with me and I have to somehow protect it, and oru bayabhaktiyoda irundhomna, then it's fine. But we are not like that. Most of the times we let it go to our head and we are arrogant. So those evil things are what Śukanāsa is pointing out, or Baṇabhaṭṭa is pointing out. Nahi evam vidam aparichitam iha jagati kinchid asti yatha iyam anarya. Yet anaryangiradalla vandu one who is uncultured. So Lakshmi is uncultured in the sense it only refers to a person who is uncultured because of the Lakshmi that he has. So it's not the Devi herself who is being indicated here. Okay. So nahi evam vidam aparichitam iha jagati kinchid asti. There is nothing untouched by Lakshmi here. Yatha iyam anarya. Aparichitam na, in this world, anybody who has come in touch with this Lakshmi, for him, எப்படி சொல்றது, so she has touched everything in the world is one way of explaining this. But jagati na kinchidasti evam vidam aparichitam. Someone, when there is parichayam, when you have a familiarity with someone, you always try to protect that kind of a familiarity. You know some people, you want to maintain that familiarity in some way or the other. Either if you are, you know that someone is expert, someone is good with skills, or someone is a great charitable person, something of that sort. So, you will try to associate yourself with someone like that in this world. But she is actually aparichitam. She does not think of such parichaya sneha. So, which means she is she doesn't consider anybody as familiar here.
She doesn't stay. She doesn't stay with anyone.
Yes, because the rest of the lines that come after this line is going to explain this. Okay, so jagati evam vidham etadrisham aparichitam, one who does not consider parichayam, consider familiarity. I have not seen such a person at all who does not consider familiarity. Yatha iyam anarya, just as how Lakshmi does, which means she never even recognizes people in this world, no matter what. Labdhapi dukkhena paripalyate. Usually when you go and take refuge with someone, you can andi irpan solrom illaya, dependency creates a kind of loyalty, but that kind of, she doesn't respect that kind of loyalty here. So labdha api, even though we attain her, even though she is got, tathapi dukkhena paripalyate. It is with great difficulty that we have to protect Lakshmi here. Dridha guna pasha sandhana nishpandikrita api nashyati. Usually when you tie something to the extent that it cannot even spanda, it cannot even throb, then it will just remain in that position. But Lakshmi, even though we try to tie her down, nishpandikrita, if she is made without any movement by pasha sandhana, by tying her with a dridha guna. Guna here refers to thread as well as good qualities. If we try to tie her down with great good qualities, still she will get destroyed. It doesn't matter whether you have good qualities or not. You may be a good person, but you should know how to protect your wealth. அதாவது இந்த இது மாதிரி வாண்டான்னு சொல்றச்சே தான் பின்னாடி ஓடி வருவோம். புகழெல்லாம் அப்படிதான். இந்த ஃபேம், வெல்த், இதெல்லாம் வந்து எப்படின்னா, the more you say I don't want, the more they will come running towards you. Na parichayam rakshati. She doesn't protect familiarity. She doesn't understand. Just because you are familiar, it doesn't mean that she is going to be with you. Na abhijanam ikshate. Oh, he is an abhijana. Abhijana ityukte, one who is a familiar person. Again, parichayam is different. Abhijana can mean one who is around you. So, abhijanam na ikshate, she does not even look at a person who is constantly surrounding you, who is constantly with you, rounding with you. So, abhijanam na ikshate, it's natural that when someone is like, following you everywhere, you will want to look at him at some point or the other. Tatha nasti atra. She doesn't even look at, or abhijana can mean satkulam. One who is born in a good family. You look at the family lineage and you will want to look at such a person. What a great lineage he has been born in. If you have the opportunity to meet such a person, you will want to see him. But Lakshmi is not like that. She doesn't look at satkulam. Which means she also goes to a person who is from a Nicha kulam. Na vaidagdhyam ganayati. She does not consider vaidagdhyam or expertise. Doesn't care about expertise. She will even go to a person who doesn't have that expertise. You see so many rich people who doesn't have that buddhi vaishadhyam. Na tyagam adriyate. If a person gives charity, but then people will like him. Tathapi nasti atra. She doesn't care for a person who gives charity. Na tyagam adriyate. Na visheshagnatam vicharayati. She does not even think about the quality of visheshagnaha. Oh, he knows someone who is, let's say he is an expert in one particular aspect, vishesha. He is an expert in his own field. Then we will respect that. I may be an expert in my field. There may be another person who is an expert in his field. So which means I have to respect that person, right? Tatha Lakshmi na karoti. She doesn't analyze whether he is an expert in one field or not or what. Doesn't care about all that. Kamalini sancharana vyatikara lagna nalina nala kantaka iva na kvachit nirbharam abadhnati padam. தமிழ்ல ஒன்று சொல்லும், இந்த காலில் கஞ்சியை கொட்டின்ட்டு காரியம் பண்ணுறாம்பா. கஞ்சின்னா அந்த ஸ்டார்ச், அதாவது ஆஸ் இஃப் காலில் வந்து ஸ்டார்ச்சை போட்டுவிட்டா அது அப்படியே ஒட்டின்றமோ இல்லையோ, இல்லை அது அப்படியே சுடும். அதனால யூ கான்ட் கீப் யுவர் லெக் ஆன் ஹாட் வேக்ஸ் ஆர் ஹாட் திங்ஸ். அந்த மாதிரி அது அந்த மாதிரி குதிச்சுட்டே இருப்போம், ரைட்? ஸோ விச் மீன்ஸ் யூ ஆர் கான்ஸ்டன்ட்லி மூவிங். யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் டு பிளேஸ் யுவர் ஃபுட் ஃபர்ம்லி ஆன் ஒன் பிளேஸ். ததா அஸ்தி லக்ஷ்மி. கால்ல வெந்நீர் கொட்டிண்டு. ஆமா, ஆமா, has to keep on moving அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி அப்படியே வந்து இப்படி பரபரன்னு இருப்பால, அதுதான். சக்கரம் கட்டிண்டுன்னு சொல்லுவா. எஸ். So kvachit nirbharam. Nirbharam is atyantaya. So nischalena, completely sthirataya padam na abadhnati. She does not place her foot firmly anywhere. Kvachit api. As if she is standing on a இது முள்ளு மேல நிக்கிற மாதிரிம்போ, அததான் இங்க சொல்றா. As if she is standing on a bed of thorns. Kamalini sancharana vyatikara lagna nalina nala kantaka iva. As if she has thorns, kantaka, that have come from the nalini nala, from the lotus stalk, that is that have attached to her because of her association, vyatikara, because of her sambandha of moving around in a kamalam, in a kamalini, because she keeps her asanam to kamalini eva atra, right? Her asanam is a lotus, so as if she has been sitting on a lotus constantly, and the kantakam, the thorns from there are lagnam, are complete on her. Tatha she is moving around. She doesn't even place. If she places, it will be very painful for her, no? Adinala mullu kuttinavari. So yatha cha iyam chapala deepyate tatha deepashikha iva Kajjalamalinameva karma kevalam udvamati. As the lamp lights up and it keeps on burning, the result is, yes, it shows light, true. But the other side of it, there is black soot that keeps coming out constantly. So tatha yatha yatha cha iyam chapala deepyate. Esha chapala. She is very fickle and she keeps moving from one place to another. So as she burns more and more, that is, as she shows her attitude to people, as she reveals herself in people, and she is also chapalam here, she is very chanchalam, but at the same time she makes people do things which are kajjala malinam, which are as impure as kajjala, soot. So she is like a deepashika, she is like the jwala of a lamp, but she kevalam udvamati, she only vomits. Vomits here is lets go, or she makes a person do only karma, kevalam kajjalamalinam eva karma udvamati. She ensures that the actions that a person does are completely impure actions. So that is, the more and more wealth you accumulate, the more that power goes to your head and you start thinking how to get more money by hook or crook. Angada problem. Where you start thinking adharma ways to accumulate wealth. Nahitam pashyami yaha परिचितया अनया न निर्भरम उपगूढ़ः योवा न विप्रलब्धः. Anybody who comes into contact with Lakshmi will be extremely attached to him, and when she moves away, he will be completely separated. Vipralabdha is cheated also. I have not seen a person who has come into contact with Lakshmi who has not who has not embraced her completely, nor has he not been cheated by her. Ella negatives la irukum. So you have to understand it. Nahi tam pashyami. I have not seen such a person. That is, I have only seen people who have embraced her, who have taken on Lakshmi completely, and who have only been cheated by her. If you remove all the nakaras here, then that is the meaning. So yaha परिचितया अनया निर्भरम न उपगूढ़ः इति न पश्यामि. He has not been embraced by Esha Anaya Lakshmiya. So someone who has not been upagudhaha na embraced, that is accepted by Lakshmi, but at the same time she also cheats him and goes away. She doesn't stay with him at all. Right?
So there are two, it's a double negative, right? So
Right.
So यः कश्चिदपि तया सह तया उपगूढितः सः तु निर्भरम् उपगूढितः.
Upagudhaha.
He has been completely embraced by her.
Yes.
But then
Vipralabdhaha api. That na has to, so yova nahi tam pashyami yaha na vipralabdhaha va.
Okay, so she embraces everyone completely and then makes sure that they are abandoned.
Exactly. Avladhan. Cheated. Vipralabdhana vanchitaha. So aham loke tammeva janam pashyami yaha anaya nirbharam upagudhaha vipralabdascha vanchitaha cha.
So okay.
Yeah.
Already got a kta pratyaya in it, so I don't have to say guditaha.
Vanda. Adada. Kta is guha ha mela kta vandu gudha vandirukku.
Add the kta again. Okay.
Okay.
Is this parichitaya anaya or aparichitaya anaya?
Parichitaya eva.
Parichitaya eva.
So yada kasyapi janasya etasyaha parichayaha bhavati. Tada sa Lakshmihi tam janam alingati nirbharam atyantam alingati. That is, she completely accepts him. The moment she becomes familiar, only familiarity, immediately they get stuck onto that wealth. And then what happens? They get cheated by it also. We don't know when that wealth will come, when that wealth will go.
Then after that, aparichita.
Then she becomes aparichita. Exactly. That is why we have one aparichitam also here. Niyatam iyam alekhyagata api chalati. This is one big paragraph in the original. Very beautiful. Alekhyagata api, even though we try to paint her on a painting, alekhyam, still chalati. If something is on a painting, it doesn't move. It's not like Harry Potter paintings, right? So there is no movement usually in the paintings. But Niyatam, definitely, even if we draw her on a painting, still sa chalati. Pustamayi api. Pustamayi here is Puttalika, a doll. If we make her, if we carve her out of wood, still she is going to Indrajalam acharati. Pustamayi api Indrajalam acharati. She does some kind of a magic, even though we carve her in a either like a plastering or a modeling, or we make her into a doll, still she will do some magic and she will vanish. Usually stone illa. Pustamna either in the modeling clay or wood or metal and the madri. Utkirna api. Idha stone. Even if you sedikkina kudangro. Utkirna is you are enna pandrathu? Sculpting. Sculpture. Even if she is sculpted, tatapi vipralabhate, she cheats us. Shruta api abhisandhatte. This is also cheating. Shruta api, even if she is heard. See, usually what you hear, aptavakyam, satyameva, khalu. But then here, even if you hear her, still she will cheat you. Oh, I heard it, it is my eyewitness, ear witness, all that won't even matter here. She will cheat you, definitely. So, Shruta api abhisandhatte or anusandadhati, you can also, in the sense of she continues to, how does he say this? Duracharana, illa. Anusandadhati. Idhukku appadi solrar theriyala. I would rather take it as panchayati da. Cheats da illaya? Ama. Yes. Cheating. Chintita api vanchayati. Even if we think about her, she cheats us. You don't need to interact with her. The moment we think about money, immediately she will give us all kinds of bad ideas to try to win over her. Yeah. Next. Evam vidhaya apicha anaya duracharaya kathamapi daiva vashena parigrihitaha viklava bhavanti rajanaha. Even though she is difficult to attain, still somehow, if the kings attain her, so, evam vidhaya, Lakshmi, who is in this manner, anaya, duracharaya, even though she has bad actions, true, but still, kathamapi daiva vashena, if out of our punya vasham or by fate, parigrihita, if people have gotten her, anaya parigrihita ityukte, if she has decided to grace the kings, then kings become viklavaha. They become people who who don't know what to do. Akulaha bhavanti. They become very confused. Bhagyavashena yadi lakshmya swikritaha bhavanti rajanaha tarhi viklavaha bhavanti. Sarva vinaya adhishtanatam cha gachanti. They also become the adhishtanam. They become the sthanam for all kinds of avinaya, all kinds of indisciplined actions. So, tesham dakshinyam prakshalyate. The quality of trying to be good to others. Dakshinyam is following, doing things for Dakshinahas courtesy avida vandu enna parachandanu vartanam. Dakshinyam. You do what the others want. Audaryam, yes. That udara guna is completely gone. That gratefulness is gone from their mind. It is completely washed away. Hridayam malini bhavati. Their mind is impure, made impure. Satya vadita apahriyate. The quality of speaking the truth is removed from him. Gunaha cha utsaryante. qualities are also utsaryantena verity adikkapadradunu artham. They're being shooed away. Kechit Shrama Vasha Shithila Shakuni Gala Puta Chapalabihi Sadhyaha Khadyota Unmesha Muhurta Manoharabihi Manasvijana Garhitabihi Sampadbihi Pralobhyamanaha Ragaveshena Badhyamanaha Viholatam Upayanti. Some of those kings, what do? They are being led by a greed towards the wealth. So Sampadbihi Pralobhyamanaha. They are being இது ஆசை காமிக்கிறதுங்கிறோம்ல, அதுதான் பிரலோபியமானா. அது எப்படி சொல்றது?
being tempted by.
tempted. ரொம்ப enticed. அது பரவாயில்ல. temptedனா ரொம்ப சாதாரணமா இருக்கு. இந்த பிரலோபனம் is like பிரகர்ஷேன, லோப யுக்தம் குர்வந்தி சம்பதः. Sampadbihi pralobhyamanaha. They are being enticed by the wealth, which is manasvijana garhitam. It is not looked upon with a nice attitude by the people who have self-esteem. So those people who are manasvi, they look at it with disgust. Khadyota unmesha muhurta manoharabihi. The sampat is just wealth is just beautiful only for a moment. After that, there is no charm in that wealth. Khadyota unmesha muhurta manoharam. It is only beautiful for a moment, like the unmesha, like the flash of a lightning. And Shrama Vasha Shithila Shakuni Gala Puta Chapalabihi. It is also fickle, like the Galaputam, like the throat or the mouths of birds that are Shithilam, that are very tired because of shrama, because of fatigue. It is hanging. Usually when they are tired, the mouth will just hang down and it will keep on shaking. Chapalam. So shrama vashat shithilaha shakunikulaha. Shakuninam galaputam shithilam vartate. Tadvat chapalam chapala sampat. So chapalabihi sampadbihi. Sampat which is extremely fickle, or it's just moving constantly from one place to another. There is no sthirata in that wealth at all. It is moving like the throat of a bird which is very tired because of fatigue. Or which is very shithilam, not strong, weak because of shrama.
Even dogs that, right?
Ama. So tadrisha sampadbihi pralobhyamanaha rajanaha. Solunga.
Can you say the khadyota one more time, please?
Akhadyota. Akashe vidyotate. So khadyota. This is vidyut.
Is that a firefly?
Khadyota also means lightning. Maybe in the Vyakhyanam he gives as firefly. I don't know.
Yeah, Kadyota is also firefly, yes.
Both. Khadyota. Jyotiringanaha na potirukke. So which means it is Khadyota. Jyotiringanaha na idu. Ringanangarthu andha iduvo. Puchiyo.
Minmini puchi.
Minmini puchiyo dhaan solrar. Okay. It is only lighting up for a moment. Khadyota is also, I thought, lightning. So it is only manoharam for a moment, no? Khadyotaha is jyotiringanam. Khadyota also is vidyut.
Vidyut is scary. Minmini puchi is not.
Sannangra. Khadyota is only a firefly. I thought it was vidyut. Oh, sorry.
Kham dyotayati iti khadyota. Surya is also khadyota, right?
Yeah, I thought it was vidyut. Kham dyotayati eva. Vidyut also. That's fine. Anyway, so then it is a firefly here. Okay. Khadyota unmesha, like the lighting up of a firefly. Muhurta manoharabihi. It is only manoharam. It's only beautiful for a moment. And then it completely subsides. The firefly is there only for a moment. Its lifespan is very less. That's why. Manasvi Janagara.
This is describing Sampat, right?
Yes, everything is an adjective to Sampat. Sampat which is Chapalam. Sampat which is Muhurta Manoharam.
But how does that go with the Shramavashitila? It doesn't seem to fit.
Chapalam, just take chapala. So, okay, look at the quality of sampath here. How is wealth? Wealth is chapalam. It keeps moving.
Yeah.
It is never steady. How is it? It is not steady like what? It is constantly moving like the mouths of a bird that is very tired.
Oh, I see. Like
It's just an upamanam.
oh, I see.
Okay? And then it is also muhurta manoharam. What the wealth is also only momentarily, there is a prakasha for it, like that of a firefly. It is also garhitam. It is ninditam. It is criticized by people who have self-esteem. They don't think of wealth as the best thing. They think learning is much more than wealth, right? Tatha. Or manameva tatra sreshthah iti. Taihi sampadbihi, tabihi sampadbihi pralobhyamanaha, being enticed by that wealth, raga aveshena badhyamanaha vihvalatam upayanti. So these kings, they become confused because they are being bound by passion or attachment. Raga aveshena. Because of that avesha, agitation that comes out of passion or attachment, being enticed by this wealth, they become confused. Vihvalatam upayanti. Asanna mrityavaha iva bandhujanamapi na abhijananti. As if they are facing death right near them. Asanna mrityavaha. They are closed on the death, the throes of death. So as if they are entering into Yama Mukham. They don't even realize or they don't recognize their relatives. A person who has wealth does not recognize relatives. He just say, oh, he is a poor man, I am a wealthy man. That is the difference here. No kind of relation is kept up here. So he doesn't recognize a relative. Huh? Powerful. Adura darshinaha papena iva adhmata murtayaha bhavanti. Adhmata murtayaha bhavanti. They become puffed up. Adhmata is usually blowing up. Pirsard. Udi poirkan artham. Abdina, they become puffed up. And adura darshinaha, they cannot see far off, as if they have been filled up with papam. Papena adhmata murtayaha iva adura darshinaha. They can only see what is there nearby. That is paraloka darshina bhavati. Yataha, only if you see the far-fetching results will you do things that are dharmapurvakam, punyakarma. If you are only seeing short-term results, then you will be filled with papam. You will end up doing things which are not dharma. So only if you have a far-reaching outlook, perspective, then you will start thinking dharma chintana vartate, and you will start thinking about paraloka. Tadavasthaha cha vyasana shata sharavyatam upagataha valmika trishnagra avasthitaha jalabindavaha iva patitamapi atmanam na avagachanti. They reach a point where they are unable to recognize even themselves. They don't realize how far they have come from where they were before they got this wealth. Tadavasthaha, being in this way, behaving in this manner. Vyasana shata sharavyatam upagataha. They have become a target. Sharavyata. Sharaha is arrow. Sharavyam, that which is the lakshyam for a target. They have taken on the bhava of being a target for hundreds of vyasanam, hundreds of bad habits. So vyasana shata sharavyatam upagataha. They are like a jalabindu, a water droplet that falls on the top of an anthill. Valmika trishna. There is an anthill and there is a blade of grass on top of the valmika, on top of the anthill. Tatrina agra avasthitaha. Jalabindavaha iva. When a droplet is standing on top of the grass, blade of grass that is there on an anthill, it will fall down. See, the blade of a grass, the corner of it is very sharp. No matter how small a jalabindu is, it will still be bigger than that point there. It can't just stand there for a long time. It will automatically fall down. But as it falls down, it is going to fall into an ant hill where it is only mud and it will completely get lost. So they are like, they're standing on a pinnacle there where even if they fall, they don't even realize how they are.
I think it is Trina, right? Trishna.
Trishna alla, Trinada. I kept saying Trina.
Yeah.
Trina agra avasthitaha.
Basically, you got a blade of grass at the tip of the anthill, right? Is that
Yes. Yes.
And water droplet at the tip, and it is about to be absorbed into the anthill, basically.
Yes. Patitam. It falls down.
It falls down. Oh, it falls. It becomes nasha. It becomes completely absorbed.
Yes.
Okay.
So we don't know where it has gone. And the madri, they lose themselves in this race for wealth.
Is it like because Valmika, there's nothing grows, or is it like useless to fall on Valmika? Or
it's like sand, and it is so dry, it will just absorb everything also. It won't show out. Where will the bindu go? It will just be dissipated, right?
It will suck out all the good qualities in Artham. Basically, it will suck away all the good qualities, like the bindu.
Yeah. எல்லாமே உண்மை இருக்கவே இருக்காது அதுல அதுதான். Okay.